Hello and welcome to our reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Figuarts SDCC exclusive Piccolo. So yeah, I never got around to getting the original Piccolo release because it was ungodly expensive by the time I actually, got around to getting these figures. But now that they've released a properly painted version, because I do prefer this over the other version, even though the other one would be fine if that was the only option, this is definitely the preferable one to me. Now that it's an SDCC exclusive repaint, I was able to get one for a reasonable-ish price after market, more than they cost at the convention, but, less than the original release was. He is pretty cool. He comes with several extra heads and hands, and he comes with the cape, and, the same amount of accessories and things that you would expect from Figuarts, and he is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint, details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison, you got Piccolo here in the center, and we've got the other two SDCC exclusives, which are Gohan, who is of course a lot smaller, and Goku, who if you don't count the hair is shorter, but he is actually taller with the hair. Piccolo is supposed to be a reasonable amount taller than pretty much all the other main characters, so he is taller in a way. Alright, let's get the other two out of here and take a look at Piccolo. Alright, you can see Piccolo here. His skin tone is mostly green with some darker shading in it. His outfit is a dark purple, and he's got his blue belt down here in the center. I believe the original version is a slightly different shade of purple, and the belt is red. Shoes down here are brown. On the arms you can see he's got his little pink muscle-y patches, and on the normal release they are yellowish. And he has red bands there on the arms as well. Flipping over on the back, you can see pretty much just the same sort of detail you would expect there, just the rest of the purple and blue there. Alright, let's zoom in on his head sculpt and his alternative heads really quick. Alright, this is his standard head, the one he comes in package with. It's just sort of a standard, sort of unimpressed kind of expression. See it there? See his antennas, they poke out there. A soft material, but I wouldn't mess around with them too much, just to avoid breaking them off. He has no hair, of course, and then he's got his big green ears off there to the side. He also comes with a turban head, which uses that same sort of expression, but it only has the turban on, which is white, and has a purple bit there on top. And then lastly, he comes with a angry face, which is looking off to this side, and it has some veins in the head, which are nicely sculpted in there. And this is for use with energy blast, special beam cannon, things like that. I do wish he came with a forward-facing kind of screaming head or something else like that, as looking off to the side does somewhat limit what you can do with the posing, as it makes it look weird if he's facing head-on. But it's still a pretty cool head, and he is one of the older figures technically, so they weren't really giving them quite as many faces and heads back then. Alright, let's zoom out and take a look at some articulation. Alright, Piccolo's head is on a little ball joint, goes up and down, rotates around, and goes side to side a little bit. He also has this neck joint, which moves side to side, forward and back a little bit. It moves a lot better than the original Goku one, and that means probably moves a lot better than the original Piccolo one as well, so it's actually useful to a certain extent. He has these ball and socket kind of shoulders that move forward, back, pretty much any direction you want, and then these little shoulder pads can move around to cover up the joint. Bicep cut there, double joint elbows, same sort of joint as the neck for the wrist, up and down, ball joint movement pretty much every direction. His diaphragm joint there moves, turns, pops in and out to sort of extend and move around any way you really need it to. Legs can move forward, back, lower down to move forward a bit better, and then they rotate around on that ball there. Double joint knees, ankles move forward, back, pivot, rotate, everything you really need, and then he has the toe joint there. So all in all, pretty much every piece of articulation you would expect from a Figuarts figure. Now let's take a look at some accessories. The only real accessory Piccolo comes with is this cape here, which is of course a pretty important piece for Piccolo. It's got lots of nice shading and detail there on it. To put it on, you simply put it over the shoulders like that with his head off. It should go on there pretty well. I did knock one of his arm things off, but that's not a big deal. And then that'll kind of sit on there. And then he comes with two front pieces for the cape. The shorter one is for his crossed arms, and you just kind of plug them into pegs up in there. And this one is for without the crossed arms. Speaking of his crossed arms, here is a look at him equipped with them. They are a bit of a pain to get to stay on there properly, especially once you try to get the cape on. So all in all, it is a very big hassle to get everything on there for a cape-wearing cross-arm position. It can be done, it's just very fiddly. Either way, the arms are sculpted just like they should be, and they don't really have any articulation, and they just plug into the bicep cut joints. Alright, now he has some extra hands. The nails are painted white on all the hands, and apart from that, they're pretty standard detail. After the fists, he comes with 2 of these open palm hands for energy blasting and whatnot. Then he comes with these more clawed-like hands, similar to the open hands, but their fingers a bit more curled. Still usable for energy blasts or fighting poses or something like that. Then lastly, he comes with 1 special beam cannon hand. So you can only use it on one side, but that's fine. So yeah, that's all of his accessories and things like that. Let's move on to the packaging. Alright, packaging-wise, he comes in a pretty standard box for your SH Figuarts. Got your window there, pixelated picture of Piccolo over there on the side, SH Figuarts Piccolo. Comic-Con exclusive, US exclusive. Dragon Ball Z logo down there at the bottom, lots of other little logos, things like that. Picture of the figure on that side, continuation of the pixelated picture there on that side. Then lots of pictures of the figure posing there on the back, special beam cannon, movable molding, ha! Piccolo! And just other things of that nature. So yeah, as always, these are pretty good for in or out of package display, but I do prefer to keep mine out of package. Yeah, Piccolo! Alright, that wraps it up for Piccolo, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.